Divine Truth. The name of this presentation is True Spirituality and is part of the Human Soul series. It was presented in Sydney, New South Wales, Australia on the 10th of June 2012. This is part 1.
Getting a view of that. Okay, and well, what we've decided we'll do today is we'd like to involve you a little more today in the discussion, but we'd also like to present a lot of the information we still wanted to present. So we're going to have, Mary's sort of going to guide the discussion to a degree. I'm going to be the scribe who scribes your comments up on the board, and we'll talk about the subject. And so the subject, as a reminder today, is about how do we know what is true spirituality. And so what we would like to do, remember yesterday we discussed pseudo-spirituality and the qualities of pseudo-spirituality. So today what we want to do is discuss the qualities of true spirituality. How can we see what real spirituality is in comparison to pseudo-spirituality? So we'd like to get started pretty much like we did yesterday. Myself and Mary will start.
Well, I'd love to hear from you guys what you came up with, because you might already cover our list.
So remember yesterday we went through a list of different things that pseudo-spirituality...
the hallmarks of pseudo-spirituality.
Or the signs or attributes of pseudo-spirituality. So what we'd like to do is contrast that with true spirituality today. So
does anyone have any ideas? What is a hallmark of true spirituality? Alex?
I just felt basically, very simply, it's living in the soul, as opposed to a lot of the things that we mentioned yesterday were living in the mind, living in the body, the spirit body.
Avoiding the true self was a big theme we talked about a lot.
Yeah, I guess, to kind of cram it into one little box is like living in the soul. Yeah.
Yes.
That involves a lot of things, I guess.
So let's look at what it specifically involves, though. Can you remember yesterday?
Leads to the third point we had, which was pseudo-spirituality is often mystical, mysterious, flaky and irrelevant.
So what's the opposite? Practical, yeah.
And we can relate it to day-to-day living.
So we can relate to it, yeah.
Yep.
What else is the opposite to mystical? Realistic. Transparent, yes, we could use that as a term. Yeah. Any other ideas you'd come up with there? It's fair. Based on evidence, yes? Yes, so let's make it scientific evidence. Evidence that we can at some point go through some kind of experiment and actually validate that it's true. Yes? So the mark of true spirituality is it would allow science to actually confront it. And science would actually support it in the long run. Whereas a good sign of pseudo-spirituality is the more scientific investigation you put into it, the more it seems that it's not true. Yeah. With true spirituality, the more scientific investigation you put into it, the more we expose the truth of it. And so we discover more and more truth in that process. Yep. And that makes sense too, doesn't it? If God's the great scientist of the universe, it would make sense that the more we investigate science, the more we would also discover about God and the more we would discover about God's truths. So there's a logical sense in that.